Hello again, Jack on the clock with more Mega Man 4 for the Game Boy, what might be the last battle. Or the last video. Well, it'll be the last battle if it's the last video, so we'll see. Alright, I don't remember what order these are in, but it doesn't really matter all that much, I don't think. So, let's go! And of course, as usual, I'll be speeding this up. I think this is Toadman, so let's start. Hyper mode, go! And there we go. So we end up here, where we got a lot of energy recharges. Thing is, you want to make sure you have some specific weapons recharged. Power Stone is one, Crystal Eye, and then Blade Cracker. After that, it doesn't really matter too much. And onward we go to the final battle. And we have a nice cutscene. Mega Man's running up to see what Wily's got to throw at him this time. It's the biggest Wily machine yet. With the biggest mustache yet. Seriously, is Dr. Wily channeling Robotnik here? Okay, so, to start with... watch out for those fists. If you're not using Power Stone, you're gonna need those fists to get you help to get up there. But, Power Stone is an effective enough weapon. Whoa! And then left fist will sometimes pound down on you. Whoa. And that's first phase done. But believe me, that's not all. So we've destroyed the arms, but the head still exists. And the head is still going to be a bit of a thing to do. Okay, it opens up first and vacuums you in. Then it fires the 6... Wow, really? Did I really just accidentally slide into him? Fortunately, it does not force you to restart the full boss fight. Dang. So, slide. Just slide past these and you'll be fine. And then comes phase 3. You have to keep shooting in order to keep him from hitting you. Otherwise he will hit you if he charges far enough. Bellied Cracker and Crystal Eye are his two weaknesses there. Bellied Cracker is stronger, but it's also one you might want to save. Really, you don't even need to slide to avoid those. They're pretty easy to avoid overall. You can't get multiple hits in on him that way, but it's not easy. I've gotten pretty good at that. Mega Man Unlimited helps with me practice it too. See, yeah, like that. That was 3 solid hits. Took off almost half of his total health. Much more than that of his remaining health. The thing is, the window to get the shots in there is smaller than it looks. There it goes! There it goes! We've beaten Wily! Except, no, we haven't quite. We have one more phase to go. And he's looking pretty angry. So, whip out your Bellied Cracker. That's basically what you need to do here. And I'm going to save it here because I want to show something off that I learned fairly recently. That was poorly done. It's best not to stick right under him while he's in this phase. You want to make sure you're avoiding these pits and hit him while he's in this pattern. Those balls I don't think can be destroyed, so... Woo! You can get a lot of hits in on him if you're able to get ahead of him. But, yeah, this is not actually this is really not the hardest Wily fight I've ever seen. And that's it. That is Wily down. He drags you over a little bit so that you can explode a predetermined distance in front of you. And then he grovels and begs for mercy until he decides, nah, I'm not going to do that, and then just whips his way away. But that's all for him, for now. Now we just have to escape. And I'm not in control here, so don't ask why I'm just sticking around. Wily's gotten more clever. He's made it harder for us to get out. Apparently we can't just teleport. And, he's put in some gates to bar our progress. Oh, this one, and this one looks like it's pretty big. Even our Mega Buster isn't good enough for that. Whatever shall we do? Whoa! Blade! What's he doing here? How is he still alive? Didn't I blow you into puffballs just a few minutes ago? Why are you here? Stop, Blade! You're badly injured. Yes, he is. I know, Mega Man. After our battle, I realized that I was wrong. Hey, he is a Mega Man killer with a conscience. This is all I can do for you now. Goodbye. Blade! No! Kaboom! And, well, that's how we make our escape. Along with a lot of debris. International organization's not going to be happy about that. Fare thee well, giant space station. Where did Rush come from? He must have had to do some fancy catching. And that is the end of Mega Man 4 for the Game Boy. A nice... And we actually get a roll call of the Robot Masters. Actually see Mega Man fighting them with their weaknesses. Their technical weaknesses, anyway. His kind of alternates between really good and really bad. But yeah, Mega Man 4. It's always a nice trip down memory lane for me. This was the actual first Mega Man game I ever owned. I played several of the NES versions before I ever played this, but this was the first one that I really ever owned, and this was basically how I knew Mega Man for a long time. And really, it took me a long, long time to beat it. Playing it on an original Game Boy, which, you know, has unreliable battery power. With talent that was somewhat less than great. I usually got stuck on Crystal Man's stage if I made it to the second Robot Master set. And after that, usually got stuck on the escape from the blowing up Wily tank, because I didn't know about the I learned about the ways of dealing with the missiles, but I wasn't good at pulling them off. But it was a lot of fun, and I do not regret at all that that was one of my very early experiences in the Mega Man series. Eventually I got Mega Man 5 for the Game Boy not long after that. Then Mega Man for the NES, Mega Man 3, and it wasn't really until Anniversary Collection that I was able to play the classic series in earnest. So, it's been an interesting run. Also, if you were ever confused about the weaknesses for the Robot Masters, this is a good way to find out. And also a good way to find out what they do. Well, that'll pretty much do it for Mega Man 4 for me. I have one last thing I want to show off, but that'll be a a bonus at the end of this video. Next up and last up in this series will be Mega Man 5 for the Game Boy. Oh yeah, Belade is weak to Buster. Don't bother with other special weapons. That one used a lot of unique stuff for Game Boy Mega Man game, and I tell ya, I think it's pretty sweet and deserves more recognition than it generally gets. Actually, the whole Game Boy series deserves more recognition than it gets. This game, you know, that opening song is one of my favorites, and I don't think I've ever heard anyone remix it. Tons of remixes of all of the awful Mega Man 2 themes, Game Boy themes, but none of that one? Travesty. But that's all from me for now. Until next time, until next game, this is Doc, and I'll see you later. Whoa. So there are a couple things you need to watch out for in this battle. One is him making gaps that you can't actually jump over. It's not a bad idea to have a little bit of Rush Jet energy left for this. I think he drops bombs kind of near where you are, but not necessarily right above you. Another thing to watch out for is that it is actually possible to beat him and still not beat him. How can this be? Well, you're about to find out. I did not actually know that this was possible for a long time. I only found out after it happened to my brother on a race. So the goal is to make him whoa. Yes, we've beaten Wily! We've beaten him! And we're getting dragged into a pit by the cutscene! Yes! It is the perfect Kaizo trap. And before the Kaizo trap was even a thing. Oh. I just had to show that because it was too funny when it happened to my brother. Probably would have been less funny if it had happened to me. Although I technically counted that as his finish anyway. He beat Wily. Good enough.